Before we talk about dating, and I changed my opinion, I do not think I look like a frog anymore. I probably won't be talking about relationships ever. So you know how celebs have those apology videos?
Apologize for endorsing baby powder. I made a mistake.
This is one of those like, don't freeze me in time videos. Please take this video with a grain of salt. Please don't incriminate me. I'm reacting to my old single trilogy video. And instead of just reactions, I'm gonna give life lessons that I would tell myself 4 years ago. I'm gonna try my best not to cringe.
Okay, I'm gonna let you guys know, I don't really like talking.
You know, I'm not gonna lie, I really used to be extroverted.
Before the dark times.
So a popular FAQ question that I get is, Colin, why are you still single?
People would ask me why I was single when I was 18 and I had never dated anybody. To this day, I've never dated anybody, only 22. I would treat it as a compliment. Honestly, Colin, with everything that's gonna happen to you from 2020 to this day, that question is the least of your problems. But let's continue.
So yeah, dude, when are you like starting to get married and stuff? I know you're trying to find a wife. And I'm like, what? And then they're like, psych, like JK, I'm just kidding, Colin. But seriously.
Why'd I make this video again? So this was back when I made my own background music using GarageBand, as you can clearly tell. Basically, I want to make an answer that both guys and girls can understand. Before we talk about dating, let's talk about my current friendship with girls. Warning, this isn't easy for me to talk about. So like Adele said, go easy on me. Simple.
Of having female friends. Because sadly, throughout middle school and high school, I'm not trying to throw this on you guys, but you are talking to somebody whose parents got him a puppy because he didn't have that many friends.
Quick story time. Yeah, in 8th grade, I would harass my parents for a dog. I'm like, Dad, I want a dog. Me and my dad made a deal. My dad said, if you get straight A's throughout 8th grade, I will give you a dog. I got straight A's, and it just so happened that my grandmother's neighbor was breeding Chihuahua. He gave one of the dogs away for free, and that's how I got Louis, and you know, the rest is history.
They kind of painted girls with 2 horns over their heads.
Yeah, so I would adjust that a little bit. When I was younger, I grew up hearing that girls equal death. And that's not entirely true. It's not really the person, it's just the behaviors that lead to bad consequences. So just keep that in mind. I had such a baby face back then. You know, before. I was severely handicapped when it came to talking to girls. I was bad. Younger 2020 Colin. I'm just gonna say, you can come off as awkward as a person. And at first I thought that was pretty bad, but not gonna lie, 2020 Colin, you'll have the best experiences and like have the closest friendships simply by your awkwardness. So like treat your awkwardness as an advantage. It's like a superpower. So just, you know, roll with it.
You get used to talking to girls, but then oddly enough,
I felt that voice.
Especially last year, I would have so many awkward experiences, not on my part, but on the girls' part. They went like Danny Phantom, girl, and they just, you know, ghost after ghost after ghost.
So what I would say is awkward experiences. Since I used to come off as very extroverted when I was younger, sometimes if you meet a female and you're very extroverted and talkative, sometimes it can mean that you come off as flirtatious. Obviously, Colin, that's not your intention, but you know.
This was being ghosted, feels like. And then it would just happen over and over and over and over again. And it just made, I think my whole, like, it can take a toll on you mentally and emotionally. Like, am I that bad of a person that you don't want to spend time with me? So,
yes, Colin, choose your words very carefully, very carefully. I wouldn't say there's anything wrong with you. It took a while for me to learn this, but honestly, younger Colin, not everyone's gonna like you. There's gonna be some situations that could have gone better, and you can always do something better. You can always improve. But if you find yourself like critiquing your personality and like subconscious things that you can't really control, it's gonna drain you mentally. Because literally, Colin, you can do everything right. You could save a baby from a burning building, and someone will still say that you're holding the baby wrong. So yeah, so don't worry about being perfect. I think the cool thing is just meet people, meet male and female friends that you vibe with, and it's totally fine. If someone wants to hang out with you, they will hang out with you. You don't have to worry about that. So if I would conclude this, I would say the good news is, even though you've had negative experiences in the past, you'll meet so many people and so many like positive things will happen that you'll literally forget about it. And as mentioned, everything that's gonna happen to you from 2020 to today, yeah, female friends, they're like the least of your problems, trust me. Trust me. Yeah, 2021 is gonna be objectively bad. Like, it's gonna be F-. 2022 is going to be like a solid C. Start maturing, you start reasoning, you notice some discrepancies, but you still keep it moving. 2023, you're like a full-on Sokovia rule breaker. Yeah, you're doing your thing in 2023. Keep it up. You'll also encounter 1 or 2 situations that'll give you trust issues, but we're not going to talk about that. Overall, if I could summarize anything that I would tell my younger self, just don't freeze this video in time, please. So overall, use your awkwardness and your imperfection to your benefit. Base your value not on your results, but on your effort. And one thing that I used to do terribly when I was younger, I would always get handicapped if I saw somebody who I thought was like drop dead gorgeous. But what I would tell my younger self is, even if someone is attractive, like base them as a person, make sure their inner beauty matches their outer beauty. Because obviously someone can be drop dead gorgeous in a model, but what if their face got scarred? You don't wish that on anybody. But even if that were to happen to a person, you'd hope they have a beautiful personality to balance it out. Because if someone has a bad personality, then their face gets damaged, and they already had a bad personality in the past, then they're already gonna have an even worse personality after the injury. So it's a lose-lose situation. But yeah, I would just share those brief things.
Or C, I must look like a frog.
And I changed my opinion. I do not think I look like a frog anymore. After careful consideration, I think I look like a beaver. Because, you know, with the cheekbones and now the beard's coming in. So I say the animal I look like is a beaver. But yeah, with that being said, that's it. I don't know if I'll react to part 2, to be honest. Unless it's like comic book romance, like my Black Cat and Spider-Man video that's coming out. I probably won't be talking about relationships ever. Just to use wisdom and not to be incriminated. But with that being said, that's it. Any teenagers that find themselves overthinking, not about romance, but just about friendships in general, one of the best things I can tell you is that life is way too much of a gift to overthink about anything. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like. If you want to talk more down below, let me know in the comment section. If you really enjoyed the video, you can share it. And as always, remember to stay mentally fit, emotionally fit, physically fit, and I will see you all in the next video.